Hey guys, come on downstairs. We are playing Tiger Woods PGA Tour 14. It's year 2 of our PGA Tour career. 64th on the money leaders, FedEx Cup standings 74th, and world rankings 50th here as we enter the final round of the Zurich Classic of New Orleans. First round we went 4 under, second round 5 under, third round 2 over. And Mama's Basement is proud to present the final round of this year's Zurich Classic, part of the FedEx Cup. From Avondale, Louisiana, and the TPC Louisiana, we come into this one at 74th on the leaderboard. That is last place out of all of the players that made the cut. And so our goal in this round is to not finish in last place. I don't know what's worse, not making the cut or finishing in last place of those who did. So hole number 1 is a par 4, and our drive ends up in the first cut off the right side of the fairway. Second shot from 91 yards out with a 60-degree wedge. Looking to get our round off on the right foot here. 12-foot putt for birdie. And the green just not as fast as the greens were back at the Masters in our last tournament. Hole number 2, a par 5. We are still even on the day. Flag on the front edge of the green, so it is a possible birdie hole here. One of the more birdieable holes on the course, I would think. And we started off with a 300-yard drive. Second shot with a hybrid, 241 yards out. We are looking for possibly the green if we can get a favorable bounce, and it looks like we do. So that's going to leave us a pretty makeable putt for eagle from 7 feet out. And the putt goes in for the eagle on hole number 2. And we are out of last place up to number 73. Hole number 3 is a par 3. Flag located on the right side of the green. 221 yards away from the tee box. And we attack this one with a 4-iron. And we managed to get that one to make its way onto the front edge of the green. It is going to leave us a rather long putt for birdie. Breaking from left to right or not breaking much at all. But pretty good lag, so it leaves us 4 feet for the par. And we remain at 2 under on the day and 9 under on the tournament. And 73rd on the leaderboard. Hole number 4 is a par 4. Not much wind today here in Louisiana. Muggy, probably. Humid day. Down on the bayou. Second shot with a 6-iron from 195 yards away. And this one is tracking the flag. Man, a very nice approach. Leaves us 4 feet for birdie. Breaking slightly from right to left. Oh, and it just breaks a little too much. And we're going to have to tap in for par. So we left a stroke on the board there. We could have taken off. And we still sit at 73rd. First shot on hole number 5. Small breeze blowing from right to left. On your screen, your phone, whatever you're watching on. Keeps us in the fairway. So see, the leaders are at 22 under for the tournament. We're at 9 under. Second shot with the pitching wedge. And that one's going to snuggle right up to the flagstick. 7 feet away for the birdie putt. And this time we make it. So we moved to 3 under on the day, 10 under on the tournament, and up to a tie for 72nd place on the leaderboard. It would be nice to get into the 60s. If we have a really good round, maybe even the 50s, but the 60s would be pretty good goal to shoot for, maybe between 60 and 65. Today, definitely don't want to shoot over par again. That was kind of a disaster back in round number 3 yesterday, Saturday. Second shot on the approach. And this one is in the green, or on the green. 19-foot putt, breaking from right to left for birdie. And we approach it pretty conservatively. Leaves us just a couple of feet for par. And we head to hole number 7. Tied for 71st on the leaderboard now. At 10 under for the tournament here in the 4th round. Up next we have the Players' Championship from TPC Sawgrass. And we're hoping to build a little bit of momentum going into that tournament. It has been a while since we have had a top 10 finish. And we hope to get back into that type of area a few times before the season is over. Maybe even contend for a win. Third shot from 21 yards out with a 60-degree wedge. And that one goes a little too far. The backspin doesn't stop it the way we were hoping it would. 15-foot putt for birdie, misses to the right. And we've got a 6-foot putt coming back uphill for a par. And that putt goes in. We are through 7 here on the front 9, and we have yet to bogey a hole. So it looks promising at this point as we head to hole number 8. Hole number 8 is a par 4. Off the tee with the driver. And this one might be heading to the right a little bit. Does get a favorable kick back into the fairway. Second shot from 90 yards out. And this one with the little backspin holds on to the back edge of the green, leaving us 10 feet for the birdie. And we hit the birdie putt perfectly, so we're 4 under on the round, 4 under in the front 9, and we will end up the first 9 with a par 3. And we've got that ominous pond on the left to deal with. I think there's at least 3 holes on this course where that pond comes into play. 24-foot putt for birdie, breaking from right to left and a little bit downhill. And again, we play it very conservatively and make sure that we're in a position to 2-putt for par, which we are. And we finished the front 9 at 4 under, shoot 32 going out. And we will make the turn here at TPC Louisiana, hole number 10. I didn't get a flyby of this one, but it is a par 4. And we hit the fairway right down the middle. Hitting our driver pretty well. A few tournaments back we were struggling with it a little bit. This second shot though is heading left, and the wind's going to push it a little more into the rough. And we're going to have to try to chip. It's really the first or second time where our short game around the green has come into play. And we have a 3-foot putt to save par. And I think it's the first time we've had to save par so far in the final round of this tournament. Hole number 11 is a par 5. We sit at 4 under for the round, 11 under on the day. 570 yards from the tee box to the flagstick. A very large bunker on the left side of this fairway is in play from the tee box all the way to about the middle of the hole. So we're trying to play a a fade here around the tree that's right in the middle of the fairway. And we don't quite fade it as much as we would have liked to. Leaves us 36 yards. And the ball just bounces right over the top of the hole, it looked like. But a good approach. And here is a 6-foot putt for birdie. And that one goes in. We're leaving ourselves pretty good birdie opportunities here in this tournament. We're at 5 under. That ties the best score that we have gotten in any round of this tournament, which was the second round, 5 under second round. So it'd be nice to be able to maintain that and maybe get our lowest score, post our lowest score of this tournament. Build some momentum going into the Players' Championship. Second shot with a hybrid, 209 yards, and this one is heading right. And it's going to hit the downslope and take a kick over the top of that little bunker. Third shot from 26 yards out. And nice little touch on that one. I didn't mean to, but about halfway through this round, I realized that I had kind of dressed my guy up like Donald Trump. So we've got a skinny Donald Trump with the Make America Great Again hat on it, looks like here. That was not done on purpose. So I'll probably try to avoid doing that in any tournament beyond this one. Try not to do that. I also try not to dress like Sunday Tiger Woods. So second shot here from 86 yards out, 60-degree wedge. Wind blowing from left to right. That's going to help this one keep the green. Leave us 9 feet for birdie. Pretty straight putt. Not much break on it, although it did break a little from left to right. And we make it for the birdie. We are 6 under on this round. And we have moved into a tie for 68th place as we head to hole number 14, a par 3. This green has a couple of tiers to it. With a hybrid from 227. And the wind at our back blowing from left to right, and this one is going to end up on that lower tier, so we're going to have a bit of a hill to negotiate on this putt that will cause it to break from right to left. And pretty solid putt all around, leaves us a kind of a tap in for par. And we continue our bogeyless round here at TPC Louisiana. Hole number 15, a par 4. Still tied in 68th. 503 yards out with the driver. Into a very light breeze. Probably not having much of an effect on the shot. Second shot, 223 yards with a hybrid. And this one is heading just beyond the flagstick. It'll trickle back on the backspin. Leave us a short putt for birdie from 8 feet, and we leave it short. And we'll tap in for par. Hole number 16, a par 4, another one where this pond comes into play on the left. 16 and 17 both have the pond in play. So this one's a relatively short par 4. And we drive it almost 310 yards. 27 yards left to the flagstick. And a nice little lob onto the green. And the birdie putt from 9 feet out goes down. We are at 7 under on the day. 14 under for the tournament, and we have moved up to a tie for 63rd as we head to hole number 17, a par 3, hole number 17 in yesterday's round 3. We ended up hitting one into the drink and having to take a drop. This time, a little bit of a breeze blowing from left to right is going to help us keep this ball on the right side of the water. And we have a 12-foot putt for birdie, and it goes in again. So 2 birdies in a row, and we are having really the best round that we have had in quite a while, actually. We're 8 under on the day, 15 under on the tournament. We have a very birdieable par 5 in hole number 18. First shot off the tee from 553 yards out. Driver splits the fairway. Does leave us a little bit of an uphill slope for our second shot with a 3-wood. Might get a little more loft underneath it from this lie. But it still looks like we might reach the green in 2. And we do. So we reach the green in 2. That leaves us 25 feet for the putt for eagle. And it goes down. It was tracking. Another look at it. 25 feet for eagle on hole number 18. What a way to finish this tournament. So we shoot a 10 under 62 with 2 eagles and 6 birdies on the day and no bogeys. So our final round 62 is tied. It moves us into a tie for 54th overall, but the actual final round 62 is tied for the top round with the eventual winner Ian Poulter, who also shot a 62, and Sergio Garcia shot a 63. He finished tied in 7th. So up next we have the Players Championship from Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, and TPC Sawgrass here on PGA Career Year number 2. We move down on the money leaders from 64 to 67. We move up in the FedEx Cup standings from 74 to 72. And we stay even at 50 in the World Golf Rankings after the conclusion of this New Orleans, Zurich Classic of New Orleans here on Mama's Basement Sports Gaming.